Well, hey there. Welcome to the Pawpaw Chronicles and More with Jim. Well, today I'm going to try and harvest a few fruits out of this tree. I've shared this tree before in just a brief history. 2018, I dug it up. It was about a 6.5-foot tree which had been planted along the driveway. Had a humongous root ball under it, and I had a family member come and help me transplant it. 2019, left it alone, and in 2020 I grafted into it, and I converted all the limbs that is in this tree over to a variety known as sunflower. And then I revisited the tree because this side over here hadn't really taken too good into grafts in 2021. Last year we had that heavy freeze. This tree was the only one that had fruit. The year before last it had fruit. But both years the fruit was kind of small and it wasn't ripening up in a good timing. It was late season. But last year I started the foliage feeding in this tree, and I continued on with that regimen through this year. And now this tree, of all the trees I have, is absolutely loaded. And I was out here earlier today checking, and what I like to do, I'm a little too hard. I like to feel them. And this one right here is going to fall soon or later, and it just fell apart. That's some good sized fruit considering what I've been getting out of this tree in the past. And I'm not seeing what they call that Philostichia. I'm going to stick that in this bucket, and you notice I have a small bucket. I'm not using a 5-gallon bucket. I'm using a small bucket because I don't want them to mash each other. And this one here too is ready to go. And we have right here where one had fallen and 2 of them had been expelled. One expelled there. This tree was expelling its own fruit back in July. By leaving that stem on there, it'll keep that fruit from getting too soft too quickly. Not quite there. Not quite. Not quite there. Almost. Here's one of 2. Just give it a slight twist. I hang on to the stem of the fruit and just twist that one piece of fruit off, and it's got that little bit of sponginess. There's some good fruit there, good sized fruit, which I'm going to be measuring. See what else we can find here, if we can find anything else. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of fruit in this tree. That in there is getting ready to come out. This one here as well. That in there is splitting from the pistil. We'll go ahead and take it. There's one on that side that's ready. This one here had one that fell off the other day. Set these in here. And let's go after this other one over here. There's two of them in this. And one is ready, the other not quite there. That one there will take. Yes, I can feel that. This tree is willing to give up its fruit earlier than it had the previous 2 years. We've had a very dry spell. A lot of people have complained that their fruit is small, and these ones right here turned out pretty good sized fruit. Now, the foliage feeding may have had an awful lot to do with that. And not to mention, here for the last, excuse me, 4 days we've had rain, and it's been a consistent soaker type rain. Not a downpour, but just a constant shower, and a light shower at that. And once them showers came in, these fruits all started to bolster. I've got Rigel down there I've pulled fruit out of. Cannabis I've pulled fruit out of. All of the NC1 has been harvested. And I have, not NC1, I apologize, Overlease has been harvested. And I've got an NC1 out there that's just about there, but not quite. But this is a good harvest from this tree. And there's so many more different fruits in there. There's 3, 5, 7. Just on this one limb. 7, 8 on the same limb. And this one right here is a graft that I did on this tree in 2022, where it didn't take it. I talked about earlier, and we have a piece of fruit on it. And there's fruit throughout the tree on the other side. As you see, I went around and checked it out. Now, I'm not using a 5-gallon bucket. I'm using this smaller bucket. Don't need a big bucket out here. But foliage feed. Foliage feeding your trees, I think, helps. Not only that, it also helped in the wild tree next to here with a sweet taste and no bitter aftertaste. I used to always get a bitter aftertaste from that tree. This year, the fruit, it stayed sweet, no bitter aftertaste whatsoever. So the foliage feeding with kelp is what did it. Raised the sugar levels up a little bit. Anyways, my name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. Y'all have a God bless day.